We have article. We have article. Oh. All right. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Dev Insight Renegades armor tuning preview. Hello from the rewards team. Today we're on to our second of our 3 sandbox preview articles from Renegades. This time focused on exotic armor changes. We have a selection of exotics to talk about that we have given a bit of love to match with the upcoming new artifact in Renegades, which we'll preview in a later This Week in Destiny article. Very nice. Hunters, Graviton Forfeit was once a workhorse exotic in Destiny 1, but was struggled to find value in Destiny 2, especially after Void 3.0. With how abundant access to invisibility is nowadays, we've shifted this exotic into a kill streak invis streak exotic that charges up your neutral game as you fade in and out of invisibility. Now grants improved grenade melee and class ability recharge rates for a moderate duration each time you become invisible. Effect stacks up to 3 times. Effect time does not deplete while you are invisible. At 3 stacks of the buff, successive triggers additionally grant a portion of Void Overshield. Ooh. So it's like a survivability / neutral game regen exotic. That could be really nice with On the Prowl. Yeah, actually really good with On the Prowl. Recharge rates for moderate duration. Okay. Well, hopefully this is combined with some good like Void Hunter changes that we're going to find out next week. So Omnioculus. Given the success of other more support-centric exotics, we're leaning Omnioculus into a more potent support role to allow hunters to fill in a bit of that more selfless fireteam role. Granting the effects of Beyond the Veil to allies now also starts their health and shield regen. This only applies to allies and not the hunter themselves. Shax is watching. Okay, so gives you invisibility, *4 resist while you're invisible, and it gives you health and shield. Not bad, not bad. But this exotic was the meta like 4 years ago, so moving on. Lucky Raspberry have been out of the limelight for a long while due to their general slowness and low damage. We've done a pass over both Arcbolt Grenade itself and Lucky Raspberry to help with some of their consistency issues as well as bring them into today's build crafting options. Arcbolt Grenade ability. Increased projectile lifetime of chain projectile. This helps hit consistency on moving targets that are near the outer edge of the chain range. Now activates 0.1 second faster than the initial sensor sweep. Increases max chain range of the initial chain from 7 meters to 10 meters. Now for the exotic armor. Now always applies Jolt on Arcbolt Grenade kills. Or hits, sorry. Returns Arcbolt energy on any application of the Jolt debuff or triggering the Jolt chains on a target already affected by the debuff. Hopefully this means that Lucky Raspberry is going to be able to give you your full grenade back like it sometimes used to in the past. So hopefully this is going to let you spam Arcbolt grenades a lot. We'll see. Might be potential for a build there. Orpheus Rig. Increase the super duration from 16 seconds to 20 Oh my god, we talked about this. Holy shit, is that a 20-second tether? Alongside some ability changes coming in Renegades, also adjusted how Orpheus Rig benefits Shadow Shot. Look forward to more on abilities in upcoming Dev Insights article. Increase the super duration from 16 seconds to 20? So this 16 seconds, I'm pretty sure Shadow Shot is not 16 seconds by default. I think this is a buffed number. I think it's 12 seconds by default, no? I think it's been buffed. Not only has Shadow Shot been buffed from 12 seconds to 16, Mobius now makes it 20 seconds. That's crazy, actually. That's really good for Tether. Really good. 20 seconds. Bad news, you have to use Void Hunter. Well, you could use Prismatic. You could use Prismatic, couldn't you? That's specifically for Deadfall. Or is this for both variants? Is it for both variants? Guessing it's going to be higher default and less per extension. Might be, yeah. That's good. Oh my god, Gemini Jester changes. Hold on. As mentioned in our Renegades weapon tuning article, Gemini Jester has been updated to use the new universal disorient verb. To keep the debuff effects versus players as similar as possible, we gave it some adjustments that would help it feel nearly identical to how it was prior, if not slightly more effective. We also have a small bump in duration against PvE combatants. Increased disorient duration against players from 0.5 seconds to 1 second. Oh, okay, PvP. In addition to applying disorient, misdirection also removes opposing players' HUD for 2 seconds. It removes the HUD? What the fuck? Increased disorient duration against PvE combatants from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Oh my god. That's gonna be... Yeah, and no Blight Ranger changes, thank god. Alright, well, Gemini Jester seems like it's gonna be a lot more interesting to deal with in PvP. Okay, but no Blight Ranger change, that's good. Nothing crazy for the Hunter except Orpheus Rig, really. Lucky Raspberry fine, Omnioculus fine. Yeah, nothing crazy so far. Titan exotics. Arbor Warden hasn't managed to find much of a niche since its introduction to the game. We've made some changes that will help players more aggressively claim space using the Barrynades with good planning. Picking up 3 orbs of power enhances your next Barrynade. Enhanced Barrynade spawns a Y pattern of 3 of your equipped barricade on Barrynade detonation. This does not work with barricade modifications like Drenger's Lash or Storm's Keep. Well, so what? It's gonna have like one barricade this, one like that, and then another like this. Oh, it does work. Sorry, it does work with barricade modifications like Drenger's Lash or Storm's Keep. Oh, so you're gonna be able to make 3 Storm's Keep barricades. Woohoo. Alright, well that's interesting. Dune Marchers have always been a strong choice in the Crucible, have not had much of a home in PvE. With the introduction of Bolt Charge and Stormscape in recent releases, we wanted to expand access to Bolt Charge to other thematically appropriate sources, and Dune Marchers were a perfect fit. Increase maximum chain count from 4 to 7. Each chain hit now grants 2 Bolt Charge stacks, 3 with the fragment. Glaive melees now also trigger the chain. That's just kind of nothing, to be honest. Bolt Charge synergy, I guess. Ursa Furiosa, making some lighter quality of life improvements and bug fixes to Ursa Furiosa. In particular, the difficulty of an activity scaled how much each absorbed attack scaled the super refund, but not the grenade refund, which made that part of the perk feel weaker in easier content. It should now properly gain super energy if damage is blocked while the player has an overshield. Super energy stored is no longer scaled based on enemy difficulty. Super energy refund meter fill rate is doubled at power activities. Super energy refund meter fill rate is buffed by about 13.6% and minus 40. Okay, I mean, that's fine. Nothing crazy there. Just more super gen on Ursa Furiosa. I'm more interested in this actually. In activities without barrier champions, second chance can be a bit lackluster. While a second charge of shield throw and applying weaken is somewhat powerful, Sentinel Titan does not have much access to melee energy regeneration, so it struggles to get much value out of either effect, giving it a new lease of life with shield throw centric gameplay loop that doubles down on the righteous defender fantasy. Added spawns void breaches on shield throw final blows, grants shield throw melee energy on picking up any void breach. The Sentinel shield supers range attack shield throw now also weakens with this exotic equipped. Fix a bug where anti-barrier shield throw melee would not bounce to more than 2 targets. Okay, I guess there might be something here with making a build with melee gen if you can make lots of void breaches. Maybe there's something in the artifact that lets you make lots of void breaches, who knows. So maybe second chance has got some sort of second chance to be good again, or to be good ever. Armamentarium. We skip the blurb here. Now grants 10% grenade energy on weapon final blow. Now reloads the player's equipped weapon when using a grenade ability. Oh shit! So they've given it intrinsic demolitionist basically. Second grenade charge is somewhat powerful. It's hard to justify choosing armamentarium and everything so that gives ability energy in today's sandbox, adding another ability to make it. Yeah, so it's literally just like demolitionist the exotic. Yeah, nice. That might be good for like rotations. Maybe like damage rotations. Throwing a grenade to reload your weapon depends on the cooldown of that. Might be alright actually. Second chance has a ton of value already, so making it better is really welcome. Yeah, that's nice actually. Lion Rampants. Given the current state of mobility in the sandbox, we thought that Lion Rampants restriction to only allow hipfire shooting while in lift is no longer necessary. Free fly, fellow Titans. Now allows shooting while ADS when in lift. Last one for the Titans, Peacekeepers. We wanted to equalize the PK's mobility bonus with other exotics and mods that grant increases to mobility. We also accidentally removed a fan favorite hidden interaction from this exotic when we corrected an audio issue during the Edge of Fate, so we have re-added this interaction. Increased mobility bonus from 25 to 30, re-added ability to swap load SMGs. So no Curious nerf and no Peacekeepers nerf with Super Gem. Okay, to be honest, the only thing that kind of stands out to me with the Titans here is maybe Armamentarium and Second Chance. Dune Marchers, Arbor Warden, Ursa, like whatever. Maybe making 3 Stormskeeps here is... Yeah, like they buffed PKs instead of nerfing it. That's it for the Titans. Warlocks, I'm hoping for something exciting here, perhaps. Nothing Manacles. Charged and Nothing Manacles enhanced scatter grenades have been in an awkward spot for some time due to how much slower they deal damage in comparison to the base grenade. We've made some adjustments alongside those made in 9.1.5 to alleviate some of these inconsistencies. Additionally, Nothing Manacles has gotten a new perk that lets you cascade your scatter grenades and grants some deserved value when paired with Chaos Accelerant. Reminder of the changes now grants, basically, yeah, the buff was the grenade was buffed a lot. You have Charge, Scatter, Grenade ability, faster final projectile speed, exotic armor, now spawns additional scatter seekers on scatter grenade kill. This effect can chain. Oh, that's low-key kind of good. I mean, we were playing with Void Warlock a lot earlier, and that was fun with Axions, but that could actually be very good for just chaining enhanced Axions. Like, maybe you might just be able to chuck this into a room of ads, and then it just takes care of itself. Like, I'm picturing like how Graviton Lance does it. How Graviton Lance has the chain. We're already off to a good start with the Warlocks. Briarbinds enable a fun and unique playstyle for Void Warlock, but like many kill-oriented exotics, it struggles to scale into higher difficulty content. We've made some adjustments to help it build to its maximum benefit quicker, and also give a bit more value in earlier in its gameplay loop. Did not just call it the Briar Bussy. What the fuck? Now needs fewer kills to max out the Briarbind's Void Soul damage bonus, decreased from 4 to 6. Additionally, the Briarbind's Void Soul now does more damage based on the amount of time it has been deployed on the target, up to 30% more damage after 10 seconds. So maybe there is a build that's worth making with Briarbinds here. Maybe. But I still think the Void Soul is, I still think it's by far the weakest buddy, so I don't know what to expect from this, but we'll definitely like try it out. Stormdancer's Brace. The potency of Stormdancer's Brace is almost entirely tied to the power of Stormtrance itself. In the same way we have for some of the other super specific exotics, we've added a bit of a neutral play to Stormdancers and also a bit of a quality of life to its damage bonus to help it scale better in today's sandbox. While Stormtrance is equipped, now grants Bolt Charge for arc ability hits when amplified. Okay, when Stormtrance is equipped, now grants Bolt Charge for arc ability hits when amplified. Okay, that's gonna count with Arc Soul. That's gonna count with Ionic Sentry. So you're gonna be able to get, I guess, lots of like rapid Bolt Charge with this exoticon. And Stormtrance, of course. Stormtrance damage bonus now builds on hits instead of kills. Increase max count to compensate. Now needs 30 hits to cap. Top end damage bonus is unchanged. Isn't it? Is it 100%? Is the bonus 100%? Oh, I think it's double. I am the storm that is approaching. Okay. That's kind of cool. Would I use this over Geomags? Probably not. Would I use it over Verity? Probably not, but it might be worth trying. If they give us Flashover back in the artifact, now that would be sick, because then we could have the Bolt Charge. Winter's Guile. Oh, please, please tell me this is like Worm Gods, bro. Warlocks have much harder time scaling into melee-centric builds than both Titans and Hunters. Rather than updating Winter's Guile to essentially be the newer version of Worm God Caress, but for Warlocks, we decided on a more arcane twist. We ended up with a more Warlock-flavored version of that, incentivizing smart build crafting on how you build and spend the new benefits. A bit more effort, but a very potent reward if you manage to reach Warlord's Rage. Okay. Melee and finisher final blows grant bonus melee damage. Melee final blows grant 1 stack, finisher final blows grant 3 stacks. Max is 10 stacks for 4 times melee damage, or 500%. Stacks are lost 1 at a time. No, not 500%. Stacks are lost 1 at a time, lasting 4.5 seconds. Once you reach 10 stacks, immediately gain 1 melee charge and enter Warlord's Rage when you activate your melee ability. You have 10 seconds to activate the Warlord's Rage. While in Warlord's Rage, gain dramatically increased melee regen speed, gain faster melee speed, melee damage bonus increased to 5x, last for 10 seconds, lose all stacks once Warlord's Rage ends. Bro, what is this? This sounds sick. Oh my god, with Slide Lock. Oh my god. Dude, with Slide Lock, this will be crazy. What the hell? Well, the stacks fall off 1 at a time now, which is massive. That's huge. 10 stacks for 4x melee damage, and finishers give you 3, melee kill gives you 1. It's a good day for Warlocks, bro. Why did they not save any of these changes for the other classes? The other classes were borderline boring. This is exciting. Arcane Slide Lock, bro. This is going to be meta. I like this more than just copying Worm Gods. Exact 100%. 100%. Worm Gods is 275. Oh my god. So yeah, this is 4x or 300%. So it's going to 5x? 5x is crazy. Dude, Warlocks are just insane right now. Warlocks are actually the most overpowered class after these changes. You guys were having fun with the buddies? Well, GG, you're now going to be on Slide Lock for everything with Winter's Guile. 10 seconds to activate Warlord's Rage. Faster melee speed. I'm guessing that means like default punch, or is it like literally an animation scalar for everything? Imagine it's like your slide is like half as like twice as fast. That would be crazy. This is sick. I am very much looking forward to this. Can they top it off though? Metiodoxia. Warlocks have long asked for a super damage increasing exotic alongside the likes of Curacao. Oh my god, no way they're doing it. This is what I was saying, chat, about a Needle Storm booster. We believe this is less interesting as an effect for a brand new exotic, and that we could instead offer this as a new piece of pre-existing one. After all, what is Needle Storm if not a bunch of supercharged arcane needles? Okay, PS, look for more on Needle Storm in the upcoming Renegades abilities tuning article. Okay, hitting a target with 5 Needlestorm super projectiles will now also activate the Stylostyxis suspending burst. The burst caused by the super deals radically increased damage to all targets caught in the radius. What? This burst should allow Needlestorm to feel like a damage contender with the likes of Curus Thundercrash. Oh my god. It's peak. It's so peak. With a weakening nade on Prismatic. Oh my god. Metiodoxia, we're so back. Chat, we run Winter's Guile with the slide build in neutral game, and then for damage we have Metiodoxia, Needlestorm. It's done. It's done. You thought Hunters were eating good with Still Hunt? No. Warlocks finally have a damage boosting super, and it's just fucking Needlestorm. Let's go. This is awesome. I'm so interested to test this. Chat, you bet your asses we are going to do a super testing video when Renegades comes out. That'll be one of the first things we do, and one of the first items we test is this. This is incredible. And the fact that it's 5 Needlestorm projectiles, that's good because it accounts for the inconsistency of the super. I guess Bungie are going the route of let's not buff Thundercrash, let's buff other supers from other classes up to that level. Well, RIP buddies, GG buddies. It was nice while it lasted, but we're all going to be on Winter's Guile and Mataiodoxia now. Dawn Chorus, last one, let's wrap it up. This one's a spoiler for next week's abilities tuning article. We're buffing Solar Warlock's Daybreak super damage by 20% and letting Daybreak scorch targets by default. Essentially, we're shifting some of the Dawn Chorus functionality into the base super. The end result is that Dawn Chorus plus Daybreak's damage is being increased by 5%.
That's why
the combo will now allow you to cause ignitions with a single projectile. Oh shit, ignition every sword! With our new exotic universal ornaments feature coming in Renegades, looking like a bug while doing it is now optional. Daybreak plus Dawn Chorus damage increased by 5%, total scorch stacks increased. So that's probably like a huge buff for Dawn Chorus and Dawnblade. Yeah, that's gonna be massive. Dude, what? Why are the Warlocks eating so good when Hunters are like kind of down in the dumps right now, except with Still Hunt? Like, we got Graviton. Okay, we got Graviton giving abilities and nah, the Warlock changes is just insane. Like, good neutral game from Nothing Manacles, Briarbinds, whatever, Stormdancer's Brace, whatever. Winter's Guile, this is crazy. Mataiodoxia, this is crazy. Dawn Chorus, very solid. Like, chat, we're gonna become a Warlock main. Like, the Titans now. I'm gonna put down that Cuirass. I'm gonna put on the Mataiodoxia, okay? This is where it's at now. And I can put on my Phoenix Fall ornament. We're gonna be rocking Mataiodoxia with this fit right here. And we're gonna be out DPSing every single one of our teammates. Sanguine, it's been real. Sanguine, it's been real. Yeah, RIP Sanguine. Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, overall, insane changes for the Warlock. For the Titan, maybe would have wanted a nerf to Peacekeepers. I would have wanted a nerf to Cuirass, but now that Warlocks are being brought up, I don't know if that's not even needed anymore. Okay, second chart. I mean, for the Titan, the ones that, like, seem the most endgame meta viable is probably Second Chance. There could be, like, really good build you could make out of this, depending on what's in the artifact and if there is any changes to Void Titan as well. Yeah, Armamentarium being given Demolitionist, that's fun. You wanted to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, Lucky Raspberry seems alright. Let's go back to the Hunter. Gemini Jester just seems like it's going to be really annoying in PvP, removing players' HUDs for 2 seconds and increasing the disorient to 1 second. So it's essentially a 2-second disorient. Orpheus Rig buff from Tether as well, seemingly a low-key buff to Tether, up to 20 seconds with Orpheus Rig. That's cool. I like that a lot. This is good for like raid stacks. For dungeons, not necessarily, but for like raid DPS phases, having 2 tethers now is pretty optimal. You can cover a 40-second DPS phase with that. Tractor Guile song. Oh my god, the possibilities, chat. The possibilities. Just insane.